Next up is Eric Holmes's review of this Jean Claude Van Damme film called The Gardener. Centers on a government official played by Michaël Youn. He finds himself on a list of the prime minister's enemies to be killed. Condemned to death, he and his loving family have only one hope left: a strange gardener named Leo, played by Jean Claude Van Damme. The movie is directed by David Charhon. The running time is 110 minutes. The genre is, quote, French action comedy. So what's interesting is we got two links for this movie. We got a link, I believe, that's English dub, and then we got a link on in French in subtitles. I don't know, but anyways, Eric Holmes saw one of those links. Eric Holmes, your review of The Gardener.
So you said this was a comedy.
I mean,
That
it looks.
kind of
I didn't say.
tracks, actually.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a. It
I
says yeah,
see.
genre French action comedy. French action comedy. That's what it's.
I was torn on this one because I'm watching it, and there's stuff in this movie that just seem incompetent. I like normally you want the when you're shooting action, you want the geography of the area to be clear or to make sense, with the characters within their space. This movie does not do, like, for instance, Jean-Claude Van Damme and the guy are uh going to hide from these people breaking into the house. They go into the door, and as soon as the door closes, the guy with the gun comes right into frame just as the door is closing, and then just walks right past the door like, nope, didn't see nothing. There's a part where they're chasing a car, and then the car pulls into a field and stops, and another car stops behind it, gets out, runs up to the other car. The driver's door is open, and they're like, where'd he go? And then the guy gets a jump on him. Keep in mind, they're in the middle of a field. There's nothing there. Like, where do you like it's weird stuff like that. And like that stuff's like littered throughout this movie. And I'm watching this going, is this like the most incompetent movie I've ever seen? But then you say it's a French action comedy.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe I missed the joke and mistook the joke for incompetence, and now I don't know what to do. Um, I will say
Was it a waste of time for you watching the movie?
I was laughing at it. Maybe I was laughing with it. I don't know, but this was. I also think like a lot of the action is not very good. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, like he'll do a kick and they'll do three cuts within the beginning of the kick, like, and then they'll do one last cut to finish off the kick. It's like basically heavily edited fights, which death knell for action movies, at least from my perspective.
Yeah.
And Jean-Claude Van Damme can fight, so I don't understand why you would do that. But now, yeah, the
And
fact that
it's
you
not
said
funny. Is it funny or it's not? You
the
didn't.
weird thing is got it's got a lighter tone to it, but I wouldn't call it a funny tone. I would say like um if this was like a parody of bad action movies, I think they may have done it a little too well. Um, because this just seems like a bad action movie. But yeah, you put in comedy in there, and now I'm like, oh, because like the stuff that like the weird geography mishaps and bad editing, it almost seems
Intentional?
that there are a lot of people that make movies. Someone had to step in and go, let's you sure you want to do this? So this is either a five-star movie or a one-star movie, and I can't tell which one.
Why did you pick? Why did you pick for one of them? Why did you pick one of the ratings?
That's just it. If it's a comedy, this is a five-star movie. If this is legit, this is incompetent. This is a one-star movie.
Okay.
I,
So
I
you
don't I don't know. I would say
three?
you know what? I'll borrow Bruce's one-star banger
One star.
because even if it is incompetent, it was still like entertaining to watch in a face palm sort of way, like, oh, I can't believe they're doing that. But
Oh. This sounds like a bad movie then overall.
it
But
is,
it's one
but
star. You gave it one star. One
it
star.
is, but it's also interesting. And then you bring up comedy, and then that adds a whole new context that I wasn't. Yeah,
That
I
is
don't know.
weird. That
I
is
don't
weird.
know.
No, okay. So that is
I
the
would say that, this is my least favorite movie that I saw this week. Certainly the most interesting movie I saw this week.
okay, interesting, but it's still 1 stars, 1 star banger from Eric Holmes. I believe the running time is 110 minutes, and it's going to be, I forgot where I think it's out Friday, June 6th. I definitely need to see this movie when I get the chance. And I promised Eric that I would actually see the movie. It's in theaters and I apologize, VOD June 6th. So I don't know, I might leave an Amazon link and you could yell at Eric and say, "Eric, this is a 5 star movie. What are you talking about?" Or maybe concur. So maybe
I think if people watch The Gardener, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like for instance, there's a guy looking, first of all, they're looking for these people in a house and they can't find them. There's like a whole team of like guys with black suits and guns, and they just constantly walk by doors. Like, you're not gonna check that. Like they're hiding. But anyway, they walk by a closet, and then one one of the guys like goes in the other room, and the woman in the closet makes a noise like, "Huh? What's that?" Goes over to the closet, opens it up. She screams at the top of her lungs and kicks him in the balls. You know who doesn't show up? The other Black Ops guy that just walked in another room, because apparently you can't hear someone screaming at the
that
top of their
is
lungs from another room.
sounds absolutely
That's
nonsense.
the kind of stuff you'll see in The Gardener.
Okay, so that is Eric's 1 star banger review of The Gardener again in theaters and available on VOD Friday, June 6th. What if you're a JCVD fan, Eric Holmes? Must watch?
I mean,
As, as
he's always good to watch, but like again, the fight, the way they edited the fighting is so terrible in this that you're not that there's better movies with him in it
okay. So
that showcases talents as a fighter, I think.